Alright, hiya. My name's Brent, and I've been playing the 0.4 League for a pretty good bit, and it's now, as you guys might know by the release date of this, um, it's been a while since the league started. Actually, it's about a week away before, actually less than a week away before the next league starts. And so I thought it was about time I show you what my 0.4 character was like. So I was running a Shaman. As you could see, I never reached level 100 because I kind of just stopped playing in the league after a while. And it got pretty good. I would say I'm very proud at this build. It uses some interesting things, and I think everybody could probably learn from it. So this video is about a culmination of what I learned throughout the 0.4 League, trying to like problem solve for my build. And I'm interested in sharing this with you guys. So as you can see, the energy shield is quite high. If I change out, it goes a little bit lower, and the very simple reason for that is because we're making use of this bad boy. It's specifically the one of Verana, which changes the Keystone passive into gain no inherent bonus from strength. But you get 1% increased energy shield per 2 strength. This is a heroic tragedy timeless duel. You can get this from the Kelgur and like the expedition boss, pinnacle boss, Aura, I think. And you can farm it from them. You can buy it from people. The good part is in PoE 1 it differs. In PoE 1, this seed here, it's like a number range that it gives. The seed isn't random for everyone. Well, in PoE 2 it is. So what it also does is, as you can see, it has these little icons on the nodes that normally, as you can see, now my energy shield tanked as well. It has all the normal nodes as you would normally get them. You place this here, it changes those nodes out for different notables. And some of these are very, very good. I mean, look at this one. 40% increased maximum energy shield, anti-lightning res, and 40% increased elemental damage, and 20% increased defenses from equipped shield. I don't use a shield, but if you use a shield, that's pretty nice. But just the 40% increased elemental damage is really, really big. And of course, this one is the main reason I put it in. Another great spot to put this in is right over here. Why? Well, you can change this one out, and you have these 3 nodes here, which it only takes 4 points to get all 3 of these. I noticed that for my next build I'm planning, which I don't know if this one goes well or not, but could show that one later. That's one technique I'm using for this build to really like scale the defenses up. As you can see, there's a lot of energy shield nodes that I'm taking. But it's only the energy shield nodes I'm taking. I'm not really taking any nodes that that one's pretty nice. It's not really any nodes that that give me more energy shield recharge or like delay recharge. I am taking KL Zanak, as you can see here, and Abasement, because the stun threshold is pretty annoying if you're on 1 life. So this one is almost a must, pretty much. But yeah, I am not using any recharge rate. Why? Pretty simple. I'm using the Essentia Sanguis further reps. They're not quality. Who gives a shit? It's fine. The important note here is Live Leech is converted to Energy Shield Leech. So basically, you just take Leech. The main skill I'm using on this build is Rend. You take Leech. So I got Life Leech 3 on here. You could also put it on rings. I don't have it on rings, but you could. I wouldn't suggest putting it on the weapon, but take gain... Where is it? Gain 31%. Well, just any percent of damage is extra fizz damage. Just scale fizz up. I'm not sure actually if this works if you go all into element. If it does, that would be really cool, but I don't think it does. The gain damage as extra fist damage. And you basically just get leech, like a shit ton of leech every time you hit somebody. Now leech got nerfed for 0.5, which, okay, it's still probably good. It says here 112,000 damage per second. You're gonna have it lightning charged pretty much all the time. This also scales up through another thing we're gonna be using, which is rage. We have a shit ton of rage. And spell damage. Now by spell damage, you might have seen it here. Let me get rid of that. We get spell damage and attack damage. We get spell damage, attack damage. Basically just a ton of spell damage. Why? Well, we are making use of the Crown of Eyes. And the Crown of Eyes, they give us increases and reductions to spell damage, also apply the attacks, the bottom affix you see right there. This is really, really strong on this side of the tree. Why? Well, every rage also grants 2% increased spell damage. That's just one part of it. Oh, I mean, like, you gain rage from pretty much everything. The Shaman has just a ton of things that just give us more rage. It's a really strong ascendancy. We get rage from the magic talisman. So you're just stacking up rage. You can easily get to 60 rage on the attacking skill, like the attacking weapon set. We're also stacking a bit of AoE. That's because we're grabbing this node here, Tribal Fury. Strike, steal, splash damage. Also, Rend is inherently an AoE skill, but just because you grab that, it just makes the AoEs better. As you can see, Rend here, it has AoE, Strike. Strike is another good thing we'll get into in a little bit. And yeah, just scaling up the AoE through Magnified Area, for example. Makes it so we deal pretty considerably big hits, which I'll be showing in a little bit. We are using Purity of Fire here, as you could see. This is to get more spirit. The reason I am getting that, other than just the spirit, because this one is roughly a big nerf to your spirit, because basically skills become 50% less preservation efficiency, or like they become twice as expensive, and you have 50% less spirit from pretty much everything as a whole. So we have to grab the 40 plus spirit of each empty charm slot, which we have 3 empty ones. We don't need charms, which is 120 from that, then 150 from this. I don't think any on here. It's just this, and the other thing I just showed. Yeah, the charms and the other thing I just showed. That's pretty much it for spirit. But it makes it so we can put 3 sockets on here. It's the main reason I've been using this. The bonded skills, like the bonded effects on runes that we get from the Ascendancy here, this one right here, are really, really strong. This one here gives 10 skill speed, 10 skill speed, 10 skill speed. So we're just attacking 30% faster just because of these 3. And it's practically a freebie. Now on top of that, we're getting Purity of Fire, which gives us extra fire res, which is also just a freebie. The intelligence down here is also just a freebie, and the mana and stuff like that. You sacrifice barely anything, taking this node, and you get a ton for it back. This is also just AoE stacking. So as you can see, we're really going for rage. We're really going for just a ton of attack speed on the first weapon set. This one has a reason. I'll tell you in a bit. Like a lot of attack speed. It's necessary, because if we want to move with Bone Shatter, it's the thing we're using for movement. It's right here. We're using Rickwold's Ferocity, Rapid Attacks 3, Rage 3, and Diala's Desire. This got nerfed a little bit, but it's still gonna be insanely fast. In 0.5, you move way faster than you would with boots and running. Like, this is running, and I even still have movement speed boots. I never got rid of them. I could have, because it would have been better for resistances and defenses, but I never did. As you could see, these boots could have easily had like over 400 energy shield with the triple sockets and stuff, and then just reses for the rest of them. It's not necessary for me to have kept movement speed and kept these bad boots like this, but we're just faster. We're just far and away faster. We don't run risk of getting stunned out of getting hit. Like, if you're running, you get hit, you get heavy stunned. We don't run risk for that. And it's all just because we're using Trench Timber, which is this weapon, a one-handed mace, on weapon set 1. And weapon set 1 it has a reason, because we're using Rickwold's Ferocity, which gives us 30% increased attack speed on weapon set 1. With increased attack speed, that gives us 2 to 11 attacks per second on the weapon as a base. We corrupted it for a third socket, so that's how we're having 3. And increases and reductions to minion attack speed also affect you. Why is that important? Well, this gets nerfed in 0.5 as well, but it's not that necessary. You can kind of forget about it. But for this build, it was really good. Every rage also grants you 1% increased minion attack speed. This gives us like, I guess we're at like, what? Something like 30 rage-ish. So if we're like actively attacking in a map, we're getting rage. We're pretty much building up speed as we go through maps. It makes our clear very fast, because you can just attack, go, attack, go, attack, go. It kind of takes some getting used to moving with mouse controls, unless you're like somebody from Path of Exile 1. But I prefer WASD controls. It takes some getting used to in that case, but it's far and away better, just in every respect. And that's pretty much it for like the rule 3 aspect of things. So weapon set 1 is prioritizing attack speed, weapon set 2 is prioritizing damage and rage. That's a really nice sound effect. And we're using that, of course, as already detailed. You're using Chaos and Knock. This one needs some explanation. This is the last thing I need to explain. We're using Flesh Crucible with Dance with Death. This allows us to get this note right here for free, the Keystone passive, which gives us 25% more skill speed while your offhand is empty and you have a one-handed martial weapon. So on our build right here, on the weapon set 1, this increases our attack speed again by 25%. It's really strong. So that's it for movement. We have damage, a lot of it. We have amazing defenses, and like way overcapped on reses. Chaos, of course, Chaos Knock, so we're at 100%. We're immune to bleed, we're immune to poison, so that makes it easier for us to just let go of the talismans as well. Sorry, the what are these called again? Charms. It makes it easier for us to let go of the charms as well. We're trying to stack as much strength as possible while still fitting like the requirements for our other weapons. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the explanation for the way I have went with the 3 like have been problem solving. Oh right, no, one more thing. Stimulants. I have that anointed. Stimulants grants us attack speed during any flask effect. Well, we're using Leviangus Spirits, and this constantly applies the effect. So this also gives us some mana regen, because that's nice. We don't really need it, because Rend is a base skill from the talisman we're using, so it costs no mana. But it's still nice to have the regen, because when we're using Bone Shatter, we do expend mana on use. Not a lot, so you want to always have a very low level of Bone Shatter. But we are using it. Then another thing, Oil Barrage is used for bossing. We basically build up Rage, we use Pounds for charge generation, because Rend is a strike skill. You put A-list chimes in, which lets it build up combo. Combo is built up by using strike skills. And then when you expand it, it will give you a 25% chance on getting a power charge for every combo it had. So let's say you had 8, well then you're pretty much almost guaranteed to get 2 power charges. And we use Charge Perfusion because, I mean, you have a chance to get a 15% chance to get any random charge. You could get like 3 power charges out of it if you're really lucky, but it's possible, right? So that's pretty much what we're using Pounds for, how we're generating charges. With bosses, we could use Pounds as well. We could use Wing Blast. Wing Blast is just kind of there for whatever. Devour is almost never used. It really just almost never is. Maybe for movement sometimes, very rarely. Herald of Ash is just a skill or AoE further, whenever we're like M1ing. Savage Fury, right? There's a stupid thing with this, where if you have it on weapon set 1, it still gains, like here, it's disabled, but it's still here. If we attack, this still builds up. We can use it by allocating it to weapon set 1, so the spirit is only expended on weapon set 1. And then we still get the bonuses from it. So we basically, well yeah, a buff causes you to lose 3% of max life per second. Doesn't really affect us, because we're at 1 life. So as long as you have some life regen, you're fine. Same with Berserk. As long as you have some life regen, you're fine. Yeah, it just works. It gives us a little nice buff for bosses whenever we want it. We can just press T and go. And Herald of Thunder as well for the lightning skill, because Rend, when infused, is lightning charged. So we're scaling lightning damage where we can as well. Bonded. Right, more about Bonded. It's a lot to go through, I'm sorry. +1 to level of attack skills on the Chaos one, I'm pretty sure. No, it's on the increased attack damage against rare or unique enemies. That's +1 level to all attack skills. And the Chaos one gain 8% of damage as extra fizz. So we pretty much get 39% increased damage as extra fizz. Extra damage as extra fizz. Like that. So, pretty good talisman. Could have been better, but it's pretty good. Could still corrupt it, get a 3rd socket, you know, slap some nails on if we wanted to. But yeah, that's pretty much what that's about. The rings, just attributes, elemental resistances, and the rest is all attack. Same here, the rest is all attack. Some rarity. I wouldn't really suggest going for rarity anymore. It's kind of like bait, if I'd say. It just costs you affixes, spots for affixes, while you can spend it on defenses or attacks. It's really not worth it. We're getting some attack speed here on the gloves, because, I mean, who doesn't like some attack speed, right? And we're getting the max rage here, because you get you get some nice bonuses from all these things. Like experience gained is 10 to all elemental res. This one doesn't really do anything. Like, it doesn't have a bonded thing. But this one's negligible. This one's elemental res. These are also all negligible, but it's really about this slowing potency of debuffs on you. That's a big one. Hold on, I forgot to cover that. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's too much to go through. We're grabbing all these nodes here to reduce our slowing potency of debuffs on us by such an extreme amount that we basically do not get any slowing effect from things like what's it called? The purple thing. I forgot the name. It's really annoying. Temporal chains. That's it. We don't get hit like we get like 1% reduced action speed and everything by temporal chains, so it doesn't affect us at all. We're just fine. So I think after explaining all that, if it's not too all over the place, I might as well just show you a tier 16 map. I'm pretty sure it'll go fine. I haven't played the build in quite a bit, but it should be fine. So we'll just do a tier 16. We'll see how it goes. So now we have the power charges. Of course, Headhunter. So we're taking the effects from the enemies, from the rares. I don't have my right loot filter on. Whoops. Can I just... this one. There we go. That's way better. As you can see, it clears with like such ease. I should show you.
This Shaman filth.
Real quick. Here we go. This is what I'm using right now. It's mostly catered to essences. So obviously, yeah, it looks like it's clearing very easily because it's not really grabbing the explicit modifier increases and stuff. But I mean, this was able to handle temples really well. The build is super fast. I've gotten several sub 1 minute runs in maps. It's incredibly fast. It clears so incredibly well. I don't know. I'm really proud of this build, and I don't think I can do a lot better in terms of what I ended up getting here. Let's go to the boss. That's one thing that's annoying about Headhunter. So I'm missing. There we go. Now I'm hitting. That's also a thing. If you're too close to the boss, you tend to miss the oil barrage shots. I didn't even have to use the Savage Fury. I didn't. I typically don't have to. Usually on deadly map bosses, I do prefer to use it, but everything just gets melted as you can see. Like there's no challenge, pretty much. The whole challenge with the build was solving for speed. Solving damage wasn't really a big issue, never really was. It's nice to always have more, but it wasn't that big an issue. Let's see. I'm at max page. If I get some hits here. Press this, then I go here. It's showing 649k right now, and if I go to lightning charge, it's 938k damage per second. The average damage per use is 335k on the lightning charge, which it is right now. 185k on uncharged. Yeah. Yeah, it's strong. I don't know what to say. It's just really, really strong. The AoE is super big. You're just good to go with this. If you get it set up course, a good bit of these things are pretty expensive because this is the build I've put all my time into in the league. You're just good. It's it's crazy how well it performs. I would run a temple, but I kind of destroyed mine. I wouldn't say on accident, because I was just planning on making a new one, but I never did. So, I mean, I would run like a full one of what I used to have way in the past, but not really a point, because there's still some fellas over here. Nope, it's not. Alright, well that's good enough. So if we really like try on a map, we could do it within a minute. Usually around 1.5 minutes is the average you're gonna be running. That is if you ignore all content though. So if I grab, I don't know, like let's see if we can find a half decent map that I like running. Not a big fan of Slick. They really gotta add the searches for the Atlas. I know they're doing it for 0.5. I hope it works in the way I think it would, because that'll be great. I even cleared one of these mentioned in the mists in like a minute and 10 seconds once. It's crazy how well the build performs in speed and stuff. Crypt's fine, I think. Is it? I don't know if that's the one I think is fine or not. Oh, let's just try it. Screw it. Oh yeah, this is fine. Yep, this is one of my more favorite maps. As you can see, it's not really that fast right now, but as soon as you get some rage going, it's already a lot faster.
I'm not ready yet.
It's lovely to see.
I need more time for that.
One thing that's annoying about Bone Shatter is, as I said before, it takes some getting used to, but also you're really tending to get stuck on some things in the map when you're moving around like this. So here we could proc this. As you could see, it doesn't really like do anything at all to us. There we go, and he's dead. It's a minute and 7 seconds. He could have died way quicker if I just played that right, but that's the map. If you're just rushing, that's the map. As you saw earlier, maybe you did, maybe you didn't see it. We cleared the objective for the temple crystals as well. So if you're just going for that, that works really well like that. It's just a minute and 12 seconds to get the boss clear, proceed, go on, all that stuff. It's great. I really like the build. Now I can go over. This was week 9 of my build. Let's go grab this. This was week 9 of the build. This is where I looked into the trench timber tag, which I learned from a YouTuber called 787 Prada. I mean, if you're stumbling on my channel, you're pretty much familiar with him. I'm fairly certain. I wouldn't know how you're not. But he's the one that like popularized this tag. Jeez. Excuse me for that. And I don't know if he also invented it, but he popularized it. And it's so good for movement. It's so incredibly, like, Shaman isn't that like great with attack speed nodes. Like if you're starting on the right side of the tree, you're getting way more attack speed and skill speed nodes than on this side of the tree. So if you're starting like at the warrior side, at the this guy's side, God, Deadeye, all that stuff, Huntress, Mercenary, that's it. You will be getting way more attack speed than a Shaman, so you'll be moving even faster with Trench Timber. But this was where I figured out that part of it. As you can see, the rend isn't that high here. I mean, it is high, but it's not as high as it was in one of the later snapshots. But I've been consistently using the other tags pretty much throughout throughout the weeks. It took me a while to figure out, like, oh hey, the Lavienga thing is something we can make use of. I wonder when I started using the Shrine Scepter. I made this one myself, by the way. So what I did is I bought up a bunch of base exceptionals with like 2 sockets of the Purity of Fire, Purity of Ice, Purity of Lightning. At League Star they were really cheap, and I just went and looked for anything that went over 150 Spirit. And when it did, all I had to do was just corrupt it and hope it got a 3rd socket. And I got it on my first one that landed over 150, and I've kept that one since. The rings here are different, as you could see. Right here I was not using Trench Timber yet with Bone Shatter, so this all looks like quite a bit different too because of that. But I was using A-Lift Chimes to generate the power charges. As you could see, I was using Guatalitzi's Thesis. There we go, that's probably right. Which made it so we would run faster. A 25% increased movement speed while sprinting. Now on the boots, we had 60% increased effective socket items. And this made it so this effect was boosted and the movement speed was boosted. So we had some great movement speed boots to start, but then you just kind of come to the conclusion that movement speed really sucks. It really does. If you can just use attack speed on like a later week, you're golden. You don't need to focus on movement speed anymore. You might see some changes here in the jewels as well. It's a thing I figured out later down the line as well. Here I was still using the From Nothing diamond for Valpack for all the movement speed things. Which, I mean, you could get rid of that entirely because, I mean, you don't need it anymore. Right? You don't need movement speed. So, it really frees up a lot just being able to do that. I was using acceleration as well, which gives increased skill speed and movement speed. Well, guess what? As soon as you figure out that you could, it's also week 9, you could use the flask. Well, just go over to stimulants and you get 16% increased attack speed. It's way better than 10%. And yeah, it's insane. It really is. The amount of things you can do that you wouldn't be thinking of at the start to improve a build. We're at 28k effective HP right here. This is 30k in the latest. We get better boots. I'm winning the bet. It shoots up to like 32k maybe, optimistically. Maybe a bit higher. And I really haven't put in too much currency into all these things. Yes, all of these are expensive, but the build was working just as well in week 9 when it wasn't. As in, I made this one myself as well, by the way. Nowadays these go for like 900 div, maybe a mirror. No, not a mirror. Mirror's absurd. Hold on, let me get that. Let's check. This one goes for... yeah, okay, 990 div, right? So it goes for quite a bit, but it's not like a mirror amount of money, right? It's not insane. You could just get one for 990 div, call it a day. The market's inflated, you know. We're all with good bits of money. I spend a lot of my divines trying to like to recraft my build for the next league. So this used to be over 1,000, now we're at 355. I could have just bought another one. If you want to buy one of these, let's see, with 2 sockets, base, uncorrupted, you'd be looking at 90 div. It's cheap. It's really, really cheap. So just to like show you, we could get this. We could try for it, right? There we go. We leave the hideout. Let me just show you what you do for this. We could get really lucky here. It wouldn't really matter because it's like league end, right? People wouldn't really care. I mean, we have it, so why not, right? Why the hell not? You quality it. You diff for attack speed. There we go. That's on the first one. We get 30. Level of minion skills doesn't matter. Physical damage doesn't matter. It's just the attack speed and the minion attack speed. That's all that really matters. And for my next build, I won't even be making use of the minion attack speed that much. But you could get that on... I don't know if I'm using it. But you could get it on some of the sapphire jewels. Like 3% increased minion cast and attack speed. That's one of the affixes on those. So this one right now, you'll just pop this and hope for a third socket. Well, you don't get it, too bad, right? Okay, well that's bad. 24 with 2 sockets. It still goes for 15 div, but you lost a bit of money. But we'll just keep doing that until you hit it with 3, and bam, you got yourself one of these. And you're good, right? Another important thing for that is Bone Shatter. You want to get the quality to 23% and the level, you want to have it be 1 or -1 to the level of the skill on a double corrupt, because you want to have it cost as little mana as possible while using it, as well as here the additional effect from quality, increasing the attack speed through the quality here as much as possible. This is getting nerfed in 0.5. Diala's Desire is getting nerfed in 0.5. This is going to 5%. I think this is going to 20%. It's still going to be fine. I could show you just to prove that it's going to be fine. If you go... Oh, that's the wrong one. Whoops. It's taking a while, holy. Alright, character selection. That one. Excuse me for the wacky names. I'm pretty bad with naming things. She could have probably already told by the other one. We're using this one. This one's already faster than the other one, than the other character. This Trench Dibber is ass. It sucks. It's got 29 increased attack speed. It only has 1 socket, and yeah, it's just really bad. You know, it only has 1 socket instead of 3. So this could have gone to like 2.11. And yeah, we're running a Bone Shatter here that it's corrupted, but it didn't get anything. So it's not even at 23, as you can see. We're missing out on a lot here with it, but it's still super fast. And that's because we're on the other side of the tree. This is a monk. This one is able to, let's see, attack speed, skill speed. There you go. There we go. That's weapon set 1. So sorry about all the animals dying. That's a different thing I'm using on this one. We're grabbing a lot of attack speed with like, you're able to grab a lot more attack speed here with these don't matter. With the monk, and well, there's a lot more nodes to get, so it's just a lot faster than the shaman in that sense. Now, I know the focus was on the shaman, and I'm gonna keep it on the shaman, but And that's just something to show you for like other plans. If you're planning on using some of these techniques that I'm using in this build for one of your builds, it doesn't have to be on a shaman at all. Some things are shaman specific, like the bonded stuff. I mean, yeah, the bonded stuff for the most part, right? You wouldn't be doing this if you wouldn't be going for the bonded stuff. You just wouldn't. There's no point. There's no point in getting Lord of the Wilds if you're not shaman, or you're not just running a minion build or companion build entirely. Which even then, there's better unique scepters to get than this, right? So you'd be using a unique scepter, which it won't let you do that with Lord of the Wilds. So, yeah, that's fine. I hope you could learn something from it. Like scaling defenses, scaling attack through stimulants, right? There's more nodes than just stimulants. I think it's... Where is it? There you are. Imbibe power here. 25% increased damage during anti-flask effect and 6% increased attack speed during anti-flask effect. Really strong. You know, just able to get that and stimulants here through an anointment or hell. I mean, you could get a megalomaniac, especially with 0.5 introducing voices, which just gets you 3 extra dual sockets right over here where you have it, because it gets a max of 4, but you have to sacrifice 1 here, so you get 3 extra. You could put in a megalomaniac here, get either stimulants or imbibe power. It's my plan for my next build, and just scale it that way. And yeah, it's gonna be great. One thing that could have really worked that I haven't really looked into with this build is getting even bigger AoE. It's not necessary, but again, as aforementioned, you could get a megalomaniac and get engineered blaze in. Engineered blaze makes it so that you get up to 40% increased AoE for every enemy you've ignited in the last 8 seconds. Now do note that Herald of Ash does not count towards... it's not the same ignite. This ignite is not the same as a regular ignite through fire damage and Ailment Threshold. It's not the same. But if you do have fire damage through some means, which, like for rings for example, I'm getting some fire here, I'm getting some fire here as well. You could ignite enemies, and if you ignite them, well, your attack on your area of effect would increase. So that'd be a lot better that way. And I think it's... Yeah, I think I've went through pretty much all of it that I wanted to go through with the build. It's fast, it's tanky, yeah, it's powerful. It was able to do pretty much damn near complete temples. It's not really a use for me to go to the Val runes right now to show you, because it's, as you can see, it's pretty much just demolished. There's nothing really left of it. But mine used to spread up until here, with this chamber being right here or here or something. It was a pretty much a half complete but pretty well built out temple, and it just cleared everything with ease, which I think for the most part is something people would want, right? If you ask me what I want out of a build, it's going to be, it needs to be fast, it needs to clear well, and it needs to be tanky. And it does all those 3 things. And it even gets rid of like annoying things like bleed and poison through Chaos and Knock. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you guys could have learned something from it if you do stumble on this and actually set through the full 45 minutes of it. And if not, you know, that's fine. It's mostly just for me to like kind of know what I was doing back then. But you know, the more people it helps, the merrier. So, cheers.